Day 4 of Vlogsmas. This is a last minute vlog. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna do a dual enrollment series because I've noticed like a lot of people don't actually know like what dual enrollment is about and stuff. And I said I would give you some insight on that because I was like surprised that a few people didn't know about dual enrollment when I was talking to my fellow um business owner, teen business owner, and she has her YouTube channel. It's Heavenly Boutique, so I'll like tag her and mention her and stuff. But yeah, that's what this inspiration of the video is about. Kudos and shout outs to her for the idea. While we were talking, I figured that like, oh, not everyone actually knows about this program. So her question was, what ways have you balanced your school and work, and what is dual enrollment? Okay, two really in-depth questions, but I'm trying not to talk y'all ear off. Alright, so how do I balance my, in what ways do I balance my school and work life?
So there's many ways I do this, but I have this big planner. See it in almost every reset video. I link everything the best I can, but this one I like it because it's erasable, and if it changes its made, it can just happen. So what I do with this one is I have the goals of the month, personal and in my small business, because self-care is important, y'all, especially as a teen business owner. Teen business owner doing dual enrollment. Ooh. Okay, and then I'll just put generalized doctor appointments. For me, I play in a band, so concerts. I have pep band, like I play for the boys basketball game, and football season, play for the football game, and stuff like that, and dates. And then, so that helps me work around like school deadlines and stuff I have to accomplish in my business. You get to see it on a bigger level. And then with this bad boy, I wrote it out on a more in-depth level. So it have my priorities for the week, top 3 priorities, and then each column for that day I write the to-do list and make sure they align with my priorities throughout the week. And it also has another reminder section of all the same things going on. And speaking of, if you're not a small business owner, but you do have a job as a teen, because I know everybody's in different areas of life, I can relate to that, and I can do more personal level once I hear back from the marketing internship that I'm going to be applying for. But it would be the same thing. You just make sure you have a list of your hours and write it out on something like this that's erasable. And then if you're more digital person, I would recommend Notion. I can link it, but I'm a more by hand. That way it's in my brain while I'm getting it somewhere where I can always see it. Pro tip: keeps it somewhere you can always see it. That way you can reference it, look at it before you like head out the door, and know what is before you for today. So you don't go into class and the professor's like, okay, clear your desk, we have a test. Like, we have a what? Today? With who? You know, like stuff like that. So my general response would be, have a big planner so that you can work and see the bigger picture of your work schedule, how that ties in with your school, and how that's gonna tie in with what time you do have for yourself to do your hobbies and personal self-care, hang out with friends, whatever, away from that, both environments. And so after school, I normally have a set day to go to my place of most productivity. That's another key tip. Find your place of most productivity. I have friends where their room or their bed or their desk is their most high level of productivity, and I can work in those areas, but my highest level is always the library. I don't know why I feel like people looking at me and judging me if I don't do my work. So when I go there, I do my work. Like, I don't know, it's just, you gotta find what works for you. And so I picked one day around my physical therapy appointments, my school schedule when the bus would drop me up, and my small business hours that I made for myself, which is always adjustable because I am the CEO. But like, you don't want to neglect your business. It's just as important, you know what I mean? And so at that time, I know that day I go to the library, and it's normally a very concise amount of time. I have found that when you give yourself a more concise amount of time to get something done, like I would go and I'd have an hour 30 minutes, or 2 hours, or 2 hours and 30 minutes before I had to go to physical therapy. That way I know I get in there, this is the stuff I have to get in that amount of time before I go to physical therapy. So it's not about lagging, and it cuts out a lot of like the procrastination. And then if I have spare time, that's when you can look at your to-do list for your business. Also, another thing I recommend, having 2 separate priority lists, like top 3, and 2 separate to-do lists. Because for me, I have social anxiety, and when I would put them together, it felt like so much that need to be accomplished that I didn't know where to start, and I never started. So when I had 2 separate ones, prioritized school and academics, because I still want to graduate, you know, that's kind of important. And then I would work on the other priorities and stuff in my free time. And then if you want to or don't have a balance yet, set one day, like Sundays, unless it's like something like Vlogsmith, something extra that I enjoy, passionate, like painting, photography, or my YouTube channel. Sundays is my day. It's my family day. I go to church, I come home, I relax, I chill, you know. So that way it's the balance in there. We're not just going, you know. Okay, I think I answered that question pretty well. And then there was a sub question. So it was like, how do you study for multiple, somebody asked me this separately, but how do you study for multiple subjects at one time? So I use my example of AP Bio and Math. So for that, what I do is I have a set number. So I say 45 minutes for AP Bio, 45 minutes for Math, or 35 minutes for Math. Whichever one is harder for you, give the most time. And then every single day, you study for that amount of time with the subject. So when an exam comes, you're more like reviewing and not like cramming in study before an exam, if that makes sense. And I also would set a time, like that number, to not go over as well with my business. So it'd be like, okay, I have an hour and 30 minutes in the library. I will give 30 minutes to making content for my clients, because I make posts and social media content as far as stories and stuff for other small businesses, or maybe I need to make some for my small business. So I'll set time to that, and then 45 minutes for AP Bio, 35 minutes for Math, and whatever I have in those subjects to work on, I'll work on them. And if I don't go to the next thing. I study and review what I've been learning in those subjects. And on the weekends, I work more on my company, because I'm normally ahead of my schoolwork, and work on content for the next week using a scheduling platform to plan it all out. If you guys would like a whole video dedicated to how I do that, let me know. Okay, next question is, what is dual enrollment? So dual enrollment is held in not all states, but I know it's Washington State, Georgia, I think North Carolina, Arizona, Florida, and another one. So you just have to check. But it's where you can take college classes in high school with college professors and earn college credits. It's normally open to juniors and seniors in high school, but some schools let sophomores take it as well. With this program, it's not like dual credit opportunities at most high schools where you can take college classes at your high school. It's where you will be going now to the college campus, and I will be doing this next year. So I have some helpful tips for you guys of how to do this and where to start. First thing I recommend doing is to talk to your student counselor and ask them if they have dual enrollment. Once you've done that, you will want to figure out if you will become a part-time or a full-time student. Meaning, if you're a part-time student, you will most likely be able to take 2 classes at the high school and 2 at the college. If you're a full-time student, at least for my district, that means you can take 15 credits per quarter and have tuition be covered. Because each core college class is 5 credits. But like I said, terms and conditions change for each school and depending on each state. For some schools, it might be textbooks and tuition covered, might be partial covered, etc. Then I went to my counselor and asked for a student, we call it Running Start here, a Running Start course equivalency sheet. This way I can see and plan out what courses I need to take to get credits at the high school. And I also looked on the community college website I wanted to personally go to and see what was the recommendations and classes I needed to take to get my associate's degree in business. Pro tip, get the most out of your money and start junior year. That way you can get a 2-year degree if you choose to. On that note, if your community college has a associate's degree transfer program and you plan on attending a 4-year university after this program, that would be the best one to ensure that the most of your credits transfer as possible. If you're going to an in-state school, see if they have see if this university you want to go to has an alliance with the community college. That way all your credits can transfer while also working on getting your high school diploma. Applications for fall quarter class of 2025 juniors or seniors will be open in the springtime, normally around the springtime of track season. So it's very important to talk to your counselors and get it in, because they will be busy around July and June with current senior graduations. My counselor mentioned when I am applying, it is very important to apply for dual enrollment as a dual enrollment student. This way you do not have to pay tuition out of your own pocket, and you can get books, schools, and school supplies waived if you have free reduced lunch or you are a low-income family, depending on the area you live in. This is the general overview of dual enrollment, but if you would like more in-depth and want to follow my journey, comment down below dual enrollment playlist, please, and I will start that journey with you guys. So you might be wondering, like, this sounds like a cool program, but it sounds like a lot of work, and is it extremely difficult? I cannot answer that question without bias right now because I have not started my first official quarter yet, but I know it will be a challenge and rigor. But if you're the kind of person that academically likes to be challenged, or you think your classes are just too easy, or you're bored, or you want to take courses outside of what your school offers in your interests, I feel like this would be a great program to look into and see if it's in your state and area. do will get a shout out. And don't forget to go show Heavenly Boutique, I hope I said it right, some love and support for giving me inspiration to this video, and kind of have like a realization that not everyone know what this is, and it would be a good video to do to just give general information of how someone can learn what it is, how people give people advice on a school life balance, while also telling others how to start the process of becoming a dual enrollment student. Until next time.